how many of these, Dominican ball players battle the cock like him.
Oh boy, it is a mystery. I'll tell you what.
I mean,
wrapped inside a riddle.
I have that story right here.
Yeah.
It's at ESPN.com. Ramirez declines to talk about cockfighting in native Dominican Republic. Ramirez arrived at spring training Tuesday. Gladly talked about last season when he led the Cubs in RBIs and helped them win the NL Central. But he had little to say about his passion for cockfighting. Passion, they call it. Apparently he hit .310 and 26 home runs and led the Cubs with 101 RBIs. Struggled in the first round of the playoffs.
0 for 12.
0 for 12. Chicago.
That doesn't seem like a very
it's
good
like,
number.
okay, you guys are off the air. You can't say that stuff. Athletic supporters. No hesitation.
Right.
No hesitation. Cut off.
Right.
So asked about that, he had plenty to say. He said, it happens. They were hot and played good. That wasn't the reason we lost. We didn't play well. But then they said, so what about that cockfighting magazine where you're standing there,
right, displaying
cock in hand? And he's like, it says right here, pictured with roosters. He says, quote, when I'm in the Dominican Republic, I'm dedicated entirely to them. I'm not going to talk about that. That's personal. That's a different culture down there. I'm from the Dominican, so let's talk about baseball.
Yeah.
So he's basically like, yeah, I do that.
Yeah, oh no,
there.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, there's no denying
But
it. You're not on like Cock Weekly for like no reason. you have to dabble in the cockfighting business, I would think. But really, I mean, I was just kind of bringing it up because we were talking about Dominican players, and I just kind of threw it out there. But I don't, I don't see any big deal if he's not doing it here, then whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? If it's legal there, it's legal there. Just kind of how I feel about HGH.
Yeah.
When it was legal,
who cares? It was legal.
It was legal to do.
But there's
why is it such a big deal?
There's like a cruelty to animals kind of an undertone here, I think.
Well, yeah.
Maybe HGH doesn't provide that.
Well, I agree, but still, it's what's legal in one country. That's how it is. If it was legal here, I still wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? But I don't think that it doesn't seem like it would be that great for me anyway. What's that fun about watching roosters fight each other?
That doesn't sound like that great of a time.
Or dog fighting.
Unless they were, going to be tasty, delicious wings afterwards or something.
You could probably still get those at the concession stand, but
Shauna says we could say vagina and giggle just as much.
We could.
Vagina.
We could.
But
should we do
there's
that?
no such thing as vagina fights.
You say it, I'll giggle. Oh, I believe that maybe there are.
Like women's kickboxing?
I've seen a couple vagina fights in my day. A couple of cat fights.
In high school?
Yeah, they were one-sided.
A couple of purse throwing matches.
If you could call them fights. Or like beatdowns.
That's funny. Sorry guys, we're delirious in here today. But it's funny.
Having a good time.
Hey, I saw that and I'm like, oh, we got to talk about this, and then I'm like, and I got to say something about holding him in his hand. So I had this planned out ahead of time, and I'm glad that you brought it up. I'm like, oh yeah, I did see that. As a matter of fact, right, I did. We'll talk a little bit about that. NBA. Let's go a little NBA. Shaq.
Sure.
Much-awaited debut tonight.
Against
Kobe Bean.
Dude, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Kobe Bean Bryant.
I got to say, I'm in. I'm watching.
Oh, yeah.
8 o'clock, ESPN, folks. Be
nice.
There. Be there. We'll promote Esmond a little bit right here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Actually, no, turn it down and listen to Zest Radio down there.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Apparently, you can, in the chat room here, you can turn on audio. Like your own audio if you're, at home and you have a little mic. And if somebody clicks on your profile, they can turn on your audio, too. So they can actually be listening to our show and
conversation?
having a conversation with somebody. And Surfer Girl says
You don't say.
that Turtle Boy Roy sounds great, I guess, along with our show.
Okay.
I don't know.
What's he doing? Just like ripping up, like we say something?
Yeah, we
like,
say
he
something,
rips
like,
it?
listen to these morons.
Right, he rips it down.
I don't know.
That'd be pretty funny if he was.
That is funny. That is funny.
So who do you like?
Who do I like tonight?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for I gotta say with Kobe's Pinky, I'm gonna have to go Phoenix.
You're going Phoenix?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, more importantly, perhaps, what do you think Shaq's contribution is tonight in his debut? What
okay.
What are his numbers?
Timeout. Turtle Boy Roy isn't TBR doesn't stand for Turtle Boy Roy. That's what I thought she was saying because I saw him in the chat room. It stands for Throwback Rock. So they jam out Throwback Rock, and it's like a musical soundtrack
to us talking.
To our.
I got you.
Cyrus has got to take off. See you, buddy. Thanks for hanging out. Cyrus, good friend of the show. And he has a hell of a show. If you ever get a chance, I know you're usually working. Cyrus comes on right before us every day. Good show, man.
What, 2 to 4 or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's so diverse. Just like any kind of music style you can think of, he's got it in his selection, and he'll play it all requests.